forget to smash that like button. Subscribe. We need some subbies. Come on, you can do it. Late night. Woo, good vibes.
Everybody to the Late Night Playset. Hello over here to everyone on Instagram as I change my glasses so I can see you all on Instagram. And we'll bring the show in here for the YouTube because we're doing everything. Whoop, too close. I like to see your little thing. I like to see your little lamp in there, your little salt lamp. If it's in the shot, I feel like then other people receive its benefits.
Cool.
If it's not, then it's good for you. That's weird. Oh, I hope we're still here. Are we? Yeah, we're still here. Okay. Our monitor just went out in the studio. I don't know why, but it came back. Let's see. Kimbo's here. Specialized ECU repair. Mr. Notice. Hi, Jerry. Some guy 997. Pete. Different Pete. Oh, both Petes. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and somewhere is here. I hope Pete is cracking a beverage as we speak. Los Respagados. What's that? Lost Respagados. Lost Respagados. All right. Well, those guys are here. Love you guys. Pleasure to see you. I wish I knew how to pronounce it. All right. He waved at me. He waved. This is amazing. Chris Florin, how are you, Chris? I am so looking forward to catching up with you. Look at this. We're going to check in with our sponsor, St. Clair Insurance, before we do anything right here. Which will be fantastic. And let's bring them right into the. We should be able to do this, I think. Do this here. What did we used to do? I think it was this one and this one. See, he requested to join, and I've now accepted him, but he didn't. Hey, kids. Hey, Jamie Tate. Jamie Tate drums. St. Clair Insurance declined. It was your idea. Type 997.2. Let's just get into this thing. Welcome back to the Late Night Playset. My name is Jay Ryan. This over here is Nicole Ryan. And this is what we're doing tonight. We got a whole lot of nothing. It's the I Don't Know show. We've run out of ideas. We're into the great unknown here. Cruise into Wellness. Howdy. Cruise into Wellness is here virtually, but they'll be here physically on Thursday, which will be fun. Silkins Racing, Wave. I think sometimes people request to join just to see if we'll do it, and then they don't expect us to.
I think you're right.
The guy, everybody remember the guy who was washing his dishes a couple weeks ago? He sent me messages later. Hi, Chris Florin. He sent me messages later that absolutely that was the case. He was just trying to tune into the show, and he accidentally sent a request to join. Now, that almost, I mean, we already kind of thought it, but that really solidifies, I think the toilet guy was for sure just, that was an accident. I don't think, and I bet much like the rest of us, he couldn't figure out how to get out of it. I think that's what happened. St. Clair Insurance sent a request to be in your video. I'm going to accept it again. Go live with St. Clair Insurance. I'm going to wave at Pops in a Porsche. And Mark Stubbs. No, not Mark. I got confused. I thought it was Mark Stubbs from the new Radford Motors, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But it's not. It's different. It's M Mark USB. Well, that's totally different. Shineworks. Hi, Shineworks. Hi, Shineworks. Kelamarzo. Hi, Kelamarzo. Drake Lou. Pops in a Porsche. This is fun. Haha, there was a guy on the toilet. Yeah, old trapper. A couple weeks ago, it was a scene, man. It was crazy. It was just funny how it all worked out. And yeah, there was a guy. Hey, there was a guy and his wife was there in the room, and he was lacking. What am I trying to do now? I thought I didn't have my glasses. We haven't even gotten to St. Clair Insurance yet. I mean, well, either one, really. But that doesn't make my head funny. Hey, did I tell you washed your car and get out the creamer? Hey, did I tell you washed your car? Hey, did I tell? Pops in a Porsche, can you help me know what you mean exactly by this? Hey, did I tell you wash your car and get out the creamer? All right, I'll tell you what I know about all that. We're gonna talk about the smoking tire in a little bit for the same reason that I want to talk about Radford Motors in a little bit, and our friends Ann Anstead and Jensen Button, and the fact that they'll be here soon. Sorry, using voice to text. Okay, well, what did you mean, Pops in a Porsche? We'll find out what Pops in a Porsche means. The car gets clean when we go to Smoking Tire, and we don't go there very often these days because Zach is full-time, and quite frankly, they don't need me. Their studio's up and running. They've got it going. It's good. But occasionally it does come up, and this Thursday I'm going to be doing another show with them. Saw you washed your car and got the creamer off. Oh, you saw wrong. Sorry. You are mistaken, sir. Perhaps I posted a photo that made it look that way. See, that's the kind of the tricky thing about our car. You see it in person, and it looks disgustingly dirty, filthy. And then you see pictures of it, and it's kind of like shiny and really has a very nice deep color to it.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So, I don't know. Anyway, we didn't. But I'm going to on Thursday. But maybe how's this? Your future casting. You had a vision of our car clean, and it's going to happen on Thursday over at the Smoking Tire. Let me see. Can I do this? I don't know what I can do. There's a lot of other things that you can do now. Oh, look, I can do that. All right, great. Spray wax it. Spray wax it. What does that mean? Like when it's, will this live be saved? Well, it depends. Sometimes it cuts out and then the show is all choppy and then I don't save it. When it seems to go from the beginning to end without getting cut out, then yeah, I save it and throw it up there. Hi guys, happy Tuesday. Hi, happy Tuesday to you too. Is Data Supra? Yeah. Sure is. Especially these days. Everybody wants a Supra. Supras are badass. Is it Friday yet? Yazzie Min Martha. Okay. Hi, Yazzie. No, it's not, but I want it to be. In fact, this is about the time that Paul Kennel and I start thinking about it. It's usually Tuesday afternoon when we start thinking about, all right, what should I do for Friday? In his case, it's usually what car am I going to bring? We don't have that problem. Spray wax after wash so any liquid falls off. Oh, that's silly goose. Yeah, no, we like the patina. The thing about it is the reason we don't wash our car is the issue is that the car is too shiny. It's already too protected. The car, it was windows out. I say this a lot. I'm sorry for the regular viewers who are sick of hearing it. The car was windows out resprayed like 5 years ago. Maybe less, 4 years ago. No, probably 5 years ago.
Probably
it was almost
5.
when we first got it, yeah. And it was done so well that it really looked like a mint shelled M&M, like a it's just like fresh out of the factory, just really, really so shiny, almost glowing nuclear-like. So getting it more shiny is not really the issue. And then also the The Jackson Pollock element is one of the things I'm going to miss once it's gone from this particular watch because I think it's gorgeous. It really is a weird thing. It was awesome meeting you at the Cars and Coffee with Magnus. Such a down-earth people. I don't know exactly what you mean. Do you mean up at do you mean the Breakfast Club? Do you mean the GVBC up at Newcomb's, which Magnus comes to most Fridays? I'm assuming that's what you mean, but it's not a Cars and Coffee. Your studio is awesome. My friend told me about your channel about a week ago. This is the first live of yours that I've seen. Thanks so much. Well, Old Trapper, we usually are, I mean, if you watch on YouTube, it's a whole thing. But we're in this little space here. It's pretty cool. A lot of fun. Thanks for digging it. What a flex. I strive for your problems. Oh, that's so funny. No flexing. Literally a not flexer. And she can't walk. She's got MS, so you probably don't want that problem. You probably want to rethink that statement. We've got plenty of problems. That's why keeping the car clean isn't one of them. That's not a priority for us. Skip Ploss joined. I'm going to wave a Rooney right at that guy. Maybe he'll join us later. By the way, is there a waiting request here? No. Every time I try to get Jeff Sinclair, no. I love you, Jeff Sinclair, but you don't join very well. You request to join very well. You don't accept very well. All right, so my flat set. Well, I guess I don't have to announce it if people can see it. Pete says, the show's easier to watch on YouTube due to the larger picture. I agree completely. Thank you, Pete. Look at that. Pete trying to drive the traffic over to YouTube. Well done, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.
But quite frankly, the interaction we get on Instagram is so lovely. I love all of our friends seem to be on Instagram. Do you have any tips on owning a Porsche? I am 14 years old trying to own one. Heck yeah, man. That's probably pretty darn close to the age I was when I got into them. And it was only a few years later that at the Verve spot. He's right. That was Magnus's deal. That's very cool. It's nice to meet you, Is That a Supra? And that was a fun day down at Verve. He only did that once. I hope he does it again. Back to Porsche Lifestyle 2. Oh, look at you. Porsche Lifestyle 2. Oh, I like your handle. Yeah, I think I was... For sure I was 18, but I'm pretty sure I was 17 test driving Porsches, like going to the dealership, and they were nice enough to let me see what the machines were all about and literally let me drive them. I don't know what part of the world you're in, and I don't know what the world is like these days, quite frankly, but it seems like, if anything, they still want to sell these cars. So it's funny, I'm thinking of it in hindsight. It was the 90s for me. It was the 993, and it was a time when Porsche was kind of going out of business. So they might have been letting literally, truly, like they weren't going out of business, but they were not nearly as successful as they are today. It's funny. I almost wonder if that plays a role in it. It never factored into my brain at the time. Pinstripe Chris, hey, what's up? Hey. Pinstripe Chris, I notice you have been posting from your new artist loft space, and I'm pretty sure that's that means maybe you're in there. I think that's pretty cool. What position did Mrs. play in hockey?
Right wing center.
Right wing center. That's from Mondiogue 3. Mondiogue. Oh, wait, hang on. He's there requesting to join. I have accepted. We'll see what happens here. I was about 16 when I drove my first 914 and almost bought it for $800. Boy, I bet you wish you did that now. $800. I'm in the hunt for a Porsche. I got to stop driving the Supra once in a while. I love the 993. Me too. Skip Plus. It was a different time back then for sure. Skip Plus. It was Danbury is the first place I went, and then once I liked the car, I just did exactly what worked at Danbury Porsche, and I did it everywhere. We went to there was Fairfield. It was called Continental at the time, but it was Fairfield, Connecticut. There was one in Greenwich that I think might have just been Greenwich Porsche. I'm thinking Darien too, but that might have been BMW right off 95 up on the hill there. I think that was BMW. Pepe Porsche, which is over in White Plains in Matt Farah's neck of the woods. That would have been his local dealership. So, all right, look at this. I'm going to request everything every time and see who has the guts to join in here. When do you plan to wash 111? Thursday, 2 days from now. As a matter of fact, the next time you see us here on the show, it will be clean because I'm going to do a show with the Smoking Tire on Thursday morning. I've only driven a 2009 Porsche Cayman, 6-speed. My dream to own a GT3 or GT3 RS. For sure, old trapper. Skip Plus. I remember when me and a couple friends went to the Ford dealership at the launch of the first Fox Body Mustang. They were all drunk on champagne. They tossed a couple of 18-year-olds the keys, and we allow that to continue. Skip Plus. Can't wait. I've seen these events, by the way, and I remember at BMW when they launched the Z3, the little, it was during the Bond movie. Might have been GoldenEye. I think it was GoldenEye. Definitely the Pierce Brosnan ones. And they came out with the little Roadster. They hadn't had one in a long, long time. And it was exactly what you're talking about. All of the BMW people, St. Clair is unable to join. Maybe it's simply he wants to, but the Wi-Fi is not good enough. Because he could be out there in that, they've got that bar on their property. They've got like a saloon on their property.
That might be it.
Trapper, let's go half on one. Emptying 401k now. Some guy in a 997. Speaking of some guy in a 997, allow me to show you exactly who that is in case you didn't know.
Hit to smash that like button. Subscribe. We need some subbies. Come on, you can do it. Late night. Woo, good vibes.
Oh, it's good stuff. Oh, you didn't see it on here, but it was Danny. Danny doing his good vibes. We need some subbies. BMW girl right here. Oh, yeah, Yaz. All right, so Yazzie, wait, do we know you, Yazzie? Were you up at, I'm getting confused now. Did we meet you up at Breakfast Club too? Or was that somebody else I was just talking to from the Verve thing? I mean, I know the other guy is somebody else, but that I can, woohoo! Mama, I made it. Jerry's laughing. That's so funny. Where's Byron been, you guys? I talked to him this morning about something completely unrelated, but I forgot to mention cars. Cool, Yazzie, Min, Martha. What were you driving BMW-wise the other day? And then I'll see if ACM International has the guts to accept my acceptance. Steve's here. What's up, Steve? Waving. Oh, somebody's here. We can't see you, but I can hear you. Can you hear us? Hello? Hi. How's it going?
Hello, you hear me?
I do hear you. Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Where are you calling from today?
I'm from Austria. I'm calling from Salzburg.
Oh my goodness gracious! Isn't the internet spectacular?
Basically in the middle of the night, but the dog just woke me up, and I picked up the phone to look at because my watch was off, and that can't be the time. And then I saw you guys alive. And yeah.
How cool! Well, good evening from Salzburg. I'm sorry to keep you up, but you're the perfect viewer for a late night show, so this is lovely. Are you planning on going back to bed, or are you up now? I don't know what time it is in Salzburg.
No, I think it's 1:20 in the morning, so I'll probably go back to bed.
Oh my goodness! Are you enjoying this so far?
So far, it's okay.
Do you want to talk about anything? Do you have any questions, or do you want to go back to bed? I can simply let you go if that's what you want.
No, I think I tune in another time.
Okay. Well, thanks for popping in. Good night, Austria. Good night, Salzburg. That was awesome. That was fun. All right, so we're global. Good vibes worldwide. It's what he says. Live from the fatherland. It's so bright there. Get to the toilet or GTFO. Oh, wow. He was literally in a closet. Well, who knows what the conditions are there in Salzburg. Salzburg to me just sounds cold, and I think to myself, I just picture snow. I picture mountains and snow. Hi, I'd like to join. Okay, bye. Well, I think a lot of people, Chris, don't think that we're going to accept. I'm guessing that's what it is. I don't know what I think. I don't know if I would be surprised. Let's see if there's anybody on YouTube. Whoops, sorry, Instagram. Pardon me. YouTube coming through. All right, no, I think people have learned that we don't really get to the comments on there. I'm trying to. We've got it open now, so who cares? But I like the Instagram thing. Okay, Swept Seconds is back. What's up, Swept Seconds? 211s is back. I'm gonna have a sip of water because I'm choking up here. I want to talk about that though. I think I don't know about. You're right. Well, no, it's happening to you too. You're peeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So what happened on Friday, Breakfast Club, was we had a fantastic day up on the mountain. And if you remember the previous week, we were basically snowed out. We had to move the thing down the road a little bit. And there was snow everywhere. It was just absolutely beautiful and glorious. But this week, it was like 70 degrees and sunny. And I guess in the morning, it was probably chilly, so we were all trying to get in the sun. And then later, it's as usual, you kind of can't get out of the sun. I think because of that, I know I got sunburned.
I was so red a couple days later, and I got really massively sunburned on my nose.
I just kept noticing I was so thirsty, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I go look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, you should moisturize. Gee whiz. If they don't think you'll accept, why would they request to join? He seemed very nice, though. Oh, yeah, he seemed very nice. I think he probably expected me to carry it, and then when I kind of sunk down to his energy, it was like, it's not much of a show, just two guys in bed. Porsche Lifestyle 2. Wait, isn't that who it just was? No, Porsche Lifestyle 2 is the 14-year-old. Hey, look at that. Jim 73E's here. What's happening? He's all the way in from some. Oh, hi. How are you? I can't see you there.
Good, and yourself?
All right. Are you 14?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Vladimir.
I'm Jay, and that's Nicole.
Nice to meet you guys.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
meet you too.
dialing us up here. It's cool. I love talking to the youth who are into cars because you guys are going to do whatever comes next.
Yeah. It's nice. Yeah, and it's
That's the plan.
also nice. Yeah, but it's, for me, like, my parents raised me, like, always learn from adults. Like, always learn from people who have more experience than you. So, I like just watching, like, talk show hosts or, like, things like that where I can actually learn something that I want to learn.
Right on.
It's pretty cool to me. So, yeah.
So how can I help you? What can we do for you? Because I think that you're awesome already, even though we've just begun this conversation. We began it via text already, as you know. And now that we're talking, I think you're awesome, and I love your attitude right off the bat. So what can we do that will have you make the most out of this experience?
I'll sometimes come on and watch, but just, like, maybe any tips. Because right now my parents bought 2 Porsches.
Oh, whoa.
One of them, they got paid, kind of, like, a 99 911 Cabriolet and the 2006 Cayenne, I believe.
Wow.
But my dad wants to keep the car Porsche for, like, he said if I work hard and do good in school that he'd give me the car as my first car.
Holy cow.
Because they're slowly starting to go up in value, so
Yeah.
yeah, I want to know if there are any tips that you guys have for repairing it or driving it or anything that you guys would recommend.
Well, you're breaking up a little bit. Let's see. As far as tips, I like what people here are saying. Save your money. Save your money. That's always good advice. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see me, but you probably... Oh, it looks like you're back. Okay, good. This is where it does come into whatever you come up against, you're going to want a team around you of people who know what they're doing. Because I did own a Porsche when I was way too young to own a Porsche, and I don't mean like I drove it to death. I didn't. I actually drove it pretty well, but I didn't know the right things to maintain at the right times and all this stuff. And I really could have used a little, kind of a motor mentor. And I think that's the kind of thing you need. And so it's almost like I can't tell you what you're going to need in the future, but I can definitely say that reach out to me and people like me when you're going through it, when you have your car and you go, hey, man, I just got it and there's this many miles and what should I, you know what I mean? And I think there's going to be a lot of people like myself who will help you.
Yep. Things. Yeah, that's probably like the best tip I've honestly gotten. Because like everyone just tells me like, oh, your money, this and that. Like, he really won't explain to me anything. So. Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, I think that you'll find that people are incredibly generous with information in the car community. At least I've found that within our car community here in both Porsche Global, and then within the Los Angeles car community. Where are you located? How about that?
I'm here in Los Angeles, Burbank area.
Oh man, you're right up the street. Well, you're in a great place for people who know about cars and people who don't mind sharing what they know about cars.
Yeah.
So if you ever run into somebody who doesn't want to tell you, just come talk to me or somebody like me, and we'll either tell you or tell that guy where to stick it.
I will.
You know what I'm saying? The whole thing about the car community is we're all brothers and sisters. You know, we're all in this thing together. And that's true about life. But if you want to zoom in a little bit on the car community, we are all in it together. We all appreciate the same stuff. Different variables of the same stuff, but it's all the same stuff. All right. I think the connection might be going. I'm not sure on which side it is. I know I'm getting texts from a friend on the East Coast at the same time, so I hope that's not it. LA Dismantlers was recently hiring, is what Pete McNulty says, and they are not only in your area, they're in Sunland or Sun Valley. They're right over here. They are a great place to work if you're able to work soon in a couple years or now, or I don't know how that works with work studies and permits and all that stuff, but they're a great place to get in and learn about Porsche from the inside out. And I think they're looking for help. I mean, so is Singer, but I think you probably got to finish school first. Some guy in a 997 says, Burbank is the new Los Feliz, is what some hipster said to me once. All right, that's awesome. Well, that kid is terrific. Porsche Lifestyle 2, I believe his name was. And good call, Pete McNulty on LA Dismantlers was recently hiring. Heck yeah, somebody says. Jay Schaeferman. What's up, Jay Schaeferman? Tell your daddy to bring the cab to Newcomb's. Yep. We lost sound. Uh-oh, Jam, sorry. Sorry, I lost sound. Hope it's back now. All right. SDR Motorsports. SoCal 356 Club joined. That's probably Rex McAfee. Love to you, Rex McAfee. Rex, Deb from Singer, Deb, who Corsa PR gal, reached out about having you and Vasek Polak on the show. I hope that's still going to happen. We should probably tell people of some of the people who are coming up on the show soon. I'll tell you at the end, but I'll just tell you now, too. This week, we've got Cruising to Wellness, and that's a fantastic segue to tell you. We're halfway through. Look at this. Right here, 5:30 in the p.m. here on the West Coast. And I'm going to put a little Cruising to Wellness on my temples. This usually makes me funnier for a few minutes. Just picked up a new GT4. Cool. What made you choose the GT4? What made you choose the GT4? Was it availability, or is that the car you wanted? Or did somebody tell you that was the one to get? Curious. Curious why people buy that car. I know it's spectacular. I'm just curious why people buy that car. Yazzie Mini. Decisions. Oh, I want one, but I'm not sure if I should get a Porsche or an E46 M3. Yeah, E46 M3 is great. Most of my BMWs I wish I kept, but the E46 for sure. In fact, you know what though? More than the M3, the car that I found to be the most special was my E46. Was that an E46? It was an E46. It was the 330 CI M Sport. But it wasn't like an M package that was only body kit and badges. It was, the suspension was different, the wheels were different, the brakes were different. It was all the M shit. It was basically like an M491 package, but for a Porsche. For a BMW. It was really cool. And that was my favorite because it just was a little bit lighter and nimbler. Had all that M stuff from the factory, but it I don't know. It was just really great. Yeah, ZHP, exactly. It was the ZHP in the coupe. ZHP package. They called it the high performance package, but the high performance, perhaps. It was ZHP for sure on the little on the option card. Anyway, that was a killer car, and I had the Cruising to Wellness, and then I spaced out there. So, got me talking about BMWs. I, you know, as much of a Porsche fan and lover as I am, and I don't plan to ever not drive a 911. I loved BMW. You know how much I loved BMW. I still do.
You turned me onto them.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, it's my buddy Straley here. All right, good. Okay, he's got shit to tell me, but everything's okay. So, you know, when somebody texts you like 3 times, especially him of all people, he doesn't do that to me. So I want to make sure like
That's the thing.
his kid's not in the hospital. You know, if nobody fell off the boat. Last time that happened, his dad had died. You know what I mean? So just checking.
I'm glad he said it was okay.
Straley's okay. Everybody's okay. BDS Enterprises is okay. What are your thoughts on the 986 Boxster? Man, I am one of the rare birds who loves that car. But here's the funny thing about it. I hated it forever until about 5 years ago. And now I absolutely love it. It's been enough time. I mentioned in the beginning of the show, I used to drive the 993s. I was test driving the 993s and in the 90s when they were new at the dealership. And the next car that came out was the Boxster. And it was like, oh, I think it was 97 if I'm not mistaken. And it was like, oh, well, you could probably even get into that car. And I was like, oh, well, this is great. I could maybe go get the Porsche I wanted last year, you know, whatever. And I drove it, and I was like, I don't want this. It doesn't have anything that I liked about the other one. Yeah, sure, it's still a Porsche, but I wasn't doing it for brand recognition. There were things about the car I really liked. So at the time, I didn't like it because it wasn't Porsche enough. Times have changed. You know, we have gotten so far more modern where that looks like a throwback car. Here's the deal. All you got to do to fall in love with a 986 is go drive one. It's really that simple. As long as it's in relatively good shape and, you know, you got good tires on it, and mechanically good shape, I mean, it's an effing blast. It's so good. It's so good for the money now. The fact that you could theoretically, it's probably the $10,000 days might be gone, but until maybe last year, you could still pick one up for like $10,000. The driving experience for $10,000, it's nuts. It is every bit the next 996. Remember they were saying that 5 years ago about the 996. They were 10 grand. You could buy one because nobody wanted them. They were everywhere. Good luck now. One just went for $37,000 on Bring a Trailer the other day.
Whoa.
Yeah, lots of loves on that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, crazy pants. So the 986 is great. You know, a friend of ours just got one, and he got. It's a 99, I think, because it was the first year of the S. So I think it's a 99. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Justin from Breakfast Club got one, and I drove it when he first got it, and then he did a couple things to it, put tires on it and stuff, and I drove it again, and it is just outstanding. It needed an alignment when he first got it, so I told him, I was like, you need an alignment. It's not fair for me. I think your car's a piece of shit right now, but the truth is I don't think your car's a piece of shit right now. I think it just needs an alignment, and then it'll be great. And that's exactly what it was, an alignment and tires, and it is awesome.
He loves that car.
Yeah, I don't know what he spent on tires, but I'm guessing a tires and an alignment on a car like that is probably in the neighborhood of $1,000. For $1,000 on top of whatever he paid for it, which I know was not that much, you know what I mean? It was a very fair amount. He got a good deal on it. It's killer. You can't get that. Unless you go for Miata, and quite frankly, I don't know if you can even find old Miatas anymore. First-gen Miatas were just the killer. Old Trapper, just out of curiosity, how do people request to be in the live? I didn't see the request button on this live. Sorry, Old Trapper, I don't know the answer to that. I think it's where my wave button is. Can you see my wave button? I think you can't. Oh, well, you can't now, but if you saw it on YouTube, the YouTubers can see the wave button. I feel like I have not stopped talking. St. Clair Insurance. Woo! No. Is that or Cruising to Wellness? No, we're doing Cruising to Wellness. Because of the guests that are going to be on the show. Ugh, look at that. 5 minutes. Lost everything. But I feel great. All right, so it's a couple things. Cruising to Wellness will be here on Thursday. I'll tell you about them when we tell you about them. I'll fucking do it now. God damn it. Cruising to Healthy 2021 with Cruising to Wellness CBD. Cruise is with a Z. CruisingToWellness.com. I know for a fact he sent me texts a few minutes ago that he's bringing a care package for us. That perhaps is why last month's thing didn't Whatever. That's for you, not them. Sorry. So he's going to be here. I'm sorry. I'm middle of several things. All right. Johnny Ringo. Why not add another thing to this mix? Old Trapper, you have to subscribe on YouTube to request. Danny, you are the best. You are the best. All right, we got somebody. What's up, man?
How's it going?
I'm all right. How are you?
Not too bad.
You look familiar.
That's how this works. So call me a little off guard.
I'm so excited. We don't know how it works either. You look a little familiar, though. Have we ever met?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. Where are you calling from?
Unless you've been in Pennsylvania. I don't think so.
I have been in Pennsylvania. Where in Pennsylvania are you?
I'm in York County.
Where is that?
That's you ever heard of Lancaster, where the Amish live?
Yeah, Lancaster. I used to spend a lot of time there in Strasburg, not Strasbourg, Strasburg, like the railroad and the Red Caboose Inn and the train barn and all that stuff.
I grew up around all that.
Funnel cake, man, funnel cake.
That's right.
The Amish people, where the Amish people live.
That, huh?
So that's York County.
Well, it's technically Lancaster County, but I live.
If you had said that, I would have said I know exactly where that is. Where is Conshohocken? What county is that?
That is kind of northwest of Philadelphia.
Correct, it is. I know where it's located. What county? Is it Philadelphia County? Is there such a thing?
Sure.
Oh, okay. I have aunts in Conshohocken.
Okay. Yeah.
They used to be in Skipback. Does that make sense? Or Collegeville?
Hit up the IKEA Conshohocken all the time. So.
Yes, exactly. That's awesome. And I'm trying to think of what else. I used to know a couple guys in Westchester that you probably know of too that used to skateboard and bust up Hummers and stuff.
Okay.
Bam Margera and that crew. Do you know those guys?
Yep. Well, yeah. I don't know them personally.
I heard you were hanging out with Bam Margera just last night, and that's why you were on the late night playset.
Is that right?
So what's going on, man? You're a car guy, obviously?
Yes. Drive a Mark 7 GTI.
Oh, cool, dude. Very cool. Manual?
So not nowhere near the same level as you guys, but you know.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. No,
nonetheless.
The way that the majority of us who drive up on the Crest drive, that would be an incredibly popular car. A GTI. Yeah, no, that's a great car for the Crest. Is yours manual?
Oh, no, it's got the DSG, but I got the DSG so that my wife could drive it as well. So.
Oh, good call.
She doesn't know how to drive manual.
Good call. And who's the little one we just saw there?
That's my little one, my little 3-year-old Ellie.
Hi, Ellie. It would be funny if it was just a random. It wasn't yours.
Random 3-year-olds walking up to my road.
Yeah, how did you find us tonight? Were you watching?
Well, I got the YouTube notification.
Oh, cool. That works.
And saw that the chat was not enabled on YouTube for some reason, so I was like, "Oh, let me go to the Instagram feed instead." So.
Oh, chat isn't it on? Oh boy, maybe I did that too. I've got it open here, but I was wondering why nobody was in it tonight. Maybe I closed it. I don't know how that even works. So what kind of driving do you do in Pennsylvania? There's some good driving roads there, aren't there?
There are some excellent driving roads around here.
Is that King of Prussia meet still going on? That was a big deal way back when.
Not sure. I know because I live in Pennsylvania, but I commute to Baltimore every day for work.
Oh, I can talk Baltimore too.
Yeah.
Inner Harbor, they got a good aquarium also.
Yeah, there we go. We were just there actually. I work near the airport, so. But I know there's the Hunt Valley car meet that's still meeting. That's just north of Baltimore.
Skip, YouTube works. I received it. Testing 1, 2, 3. He just threw up a chat there. Hunt Valley. I'm trying to remember if I never went to that.
Towson.
Oh yeah, I remember Towson. That's straight Maryland though at that point, right?
Yeah. It is technically, yeah. There's some good car meets going on right now, so.
I had a cousin that went to Goucher College, which I'm pretty sure is in Towson.
Yeah, it's like right there in the heart of Towson, yeah.
Yeah. See, look at this. It's like we're old buds.
I know, right?
Are you just at home? Because I'm thinking your setup doesn't look much worse than ours. I mean, it's pretty much the same. Look.
Yeah.
I'm just at home now, so my wife over there.
He's got a window. He's got some stuff on. Hi, how are you? I got my wife here.
Sorry, she's just as caught off guard as I am because I honestly didn't know that when you say like go live, I didn't know it meant you talk to me.
I think most I don't know that most people would accept it, but I'm really enjoying it, especially on a night when we didn't have anything planned. To know that we can just do this and just kind of wing it is great.
Hey, there you go. It's awesome.
Car meet at Goucher College this Sunday, guys. Everybody's trying to. His wife is going to kill him. Some guy in a 997 says. That's funny. That's funny. Well, listen, I don't want to keep you. I'm sure you got to go. It's on the later side for you guys. Coming up on 9 o'clock.
It's bedtime for the little one too. So.
I hope that Ellie has a lovely evening, and thanks for saying hi. What'd you say your name was? Julio from Pennsylvania. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you guys.
Have a good one, man.
You too.
Man, that's awesome. And then Julio has to hang up because I don't know how to do it, Julio. Although maybe I do. No, I don't. Oh, Johnny Ringo. That was Johnny Ringo. This is fun. All right. St. Clair. Nope. Cruising to Wellness. We did it. Need a lift lately? Cruising to a healthy 2021 with Cruising to Wellness CBD. Cruises with a Z. CruisingToWellness.com. CruisingToWellness.com.
CruisingToWellness.com.
And with that, I'll tell you about St. Clair Insurance. And then I'll tell you about the guests, other than Cruising to Wellness. St. Clair Insurance. They say all that separates men and boys is the coverage for their toys. St. Clair Insurance has coverage for your toys. Danny says, leave now and you'll make it. What kind of toys, Danny? Danny, do you have insurance on your 997? Of course you do. Oh, my God. Charles Allen Witcher is here. Hi, Charles Allen Witcher. Dude, I would love to catch up with you. I miss you, man. It's been a long time. I'm sure we've both grown up a lot. I used to work with him at David E. Kelly originally on the practice. He started as a post runner or post PA or whatever, and he worked his way up to he basically ran that department. And he is a commercial director now, doing all sorts of amazing projects. We've worked on some pretty big stuff together, for entire campaigns for Mattel and stuff. And we've just done some fun stuff together, and I know he's done some really fun stuff on his own. Charles Allen Witcher, why don't you come in and be a guest here sometime? I would love that. He's not really the type. He's really the director type.
Quieter.
He can. He's insanely intelligent and well spoken, but you know what I mean. He's just not the type to be like, here's what I'm doing and what I'm doing next, and look at me. You know what I mean? He's just not the type. He's the kind who just releases material, and you're like, holy fuck, I thought he was working on something else. He did that too. Skip Plus, absolutely best laugh ever. This one? Yep. Agree. So funny. St. Clair Insurance? Right. Haggerty. We love Haggerty. We love Haggerty. We love Haggerty. I'm going to say it again. We love Haggerty. Not just their insurance, their YouTube channel and everything else. I love Haggerty. Today we're talking about the insurance. CoverageForYourToys.com. CoverageForYourToys.com.
CoverageForYourToys.com.
Check out Jeff St. Clair and St. Clair Insurance. Get yourself some of that Haggerty. Get yourself some of that Jeff St. Clair love. It's good stuff. It is. It's much easier to have a rep handling your account, especially if it's no extra cost and if your Haggerty policy doesn't change. Everything's the same, still the same number.
It's a great
sort
service.
of a no-brainer. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. No-brainer. My gold. Let's see. Totes my gold. And in the meantime, while we wait and see if Totes my gold joins in, the guest I was talking about. So cruising to oh yeah, he's here. Wow, you look fantastic.
Hello,
you look fantastic, buddy.
Thank you. How are you?
Great, man. You look trim. You look seasoned. Are you still in Brooklyn?
Still in Brooklyn. Actually, currently at Steiner Studios, wrapping up my day.
How's it going out there? Can you tell people what you're working on, or probably not too much about that, I guess? What can you tell us?
I'm working as the dailies colorist on season 4 of Marvelous Mrs Maisel.
Oh, wow.
So just making sure the colors pop.
Oh, yeah. Well, because it's a period show, right? So you got to really sell that old saturated look.
Oh yeah, it's incredible the way that everything is pretty much shot like that in camera.
Oh, I love that.
Like the color palette, all the set design, the way everything pops. I mean, I pretty much get it, and just like little tiny tweaks, make sure everything's even from the last couple of shots, and done. Like the cinematography is just so beautiful, straight out of the can.
Were you a fan of this show before working on it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was
actually a big fan of David Mullen, the
cinematographer.
Ah.
I was a big fan of his before he started Maisel.
Did he
just
start
because
it? Did he do
following
it from the beginning?
Oh yeah. So he's been doing it since season 1.
All right.
He's actually super integral in like kind of designing with the 2 directors, Amy and Dan Palladino. He's integral in actually designing the way every shot is set up.
That's awesome.
From like steady cams, long shots, all the choreography.
Yeah, when the
Super
DP,
cool.
the designer, and the director all work together to get the look, you get Mad Men. You get something of that quality.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
They're up to like 20 Emmys or something
Holy crow.
so far.
The reason I was asking
involved with
was
none of it.
I love the premise of that show, but I watched the first couple episodes when it first came out, and I was like, this is going to be great. And I literally watched like 3 episodes, and I was like, it doesn't really get there. But literally everybody I talked to is like, no, it's just like Schitt's Creek. The first couple, fine, but then you get into it and you can't get out of it. So is that what you found also?
Once you get into it, for sure. I was in that exact boat actually. Like I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes. And
Ready to bail.
Yeah, super ready to bail because that's kind of how I am on shows like that. Like if I'm not captured in the first like 2nd episode, why am I here?
We're wasting each other's time. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I kind of just let it go, and then I think by like the 3rd season or something, I kept hearing it, and they kept winning Emmys. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I really like the cinematography. I'm going to watch it just for that.
Wow.
And drawn in.
Wow.
Cool.
Oh man, Totes McGold. Well, I'm happy that you're on a good show while you're there. I don't know if you told us what you were going there for. I think it was just a job. Like I don't know if you gave us the details.
Yeah.
So I'm happy
No,
for
I
you
didn't
that
either.
I'm happy for you that you're on a cool gig.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
When will you be back in LA though? We miss you.
Dude, I don't even know. I have no idea.
Really?
The
It's that
show's supposed
closed
to
ended?
end- Yeah, well, kind of because
Open it.
it's facing a couple different directions.
I don't know.
The show stops. They end shooting in early July, so theoretically, I'd be coming back early July.
Holy crap! You live there now.
Yeah.
Do you
pretty
still
much.
have an apartment here?
Yeah, I'm looking at apartments right now.
But do you still have an apartment here?
Oh no, I don't. No.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize you
let that lease
moved.
up. I just kind of put everything in storage.
That's why you gave me the
Oh,
lighting
no,
kit
why
back.
pay the
I was like, wow, I thought he was just trying to be polite.
I mean, I can put it into my storage unit if you want.
Let's see. Somebody here just wanted me to ask you a question about the show. Oh, here it is. Who's the worst actor on the show?
The worst actor.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Don't even think about answering that.
I don't think you could even tier them.
I don't. Let's see. Somebody else wants to know. I know. Don't answer that. That was Danny joking.
No. Honestly, I don't think you can tier them. They're all really great. In all honesty, like even when you think one of them is kind of messing up, they kind of because I get to see every single take.
Right.
So every single take, the good, the bad, the ugly. Even when you see some of the actors or actresses, starting to trip up on a line or something, you see a reset, and then you see almost something new kind of grow out of it because they find a tweak or an itch or a something. Like watching Tony Shaboob go through and figure out the way he's going to fall into his character even further. Each time he resets and retakes, he's kind of recreating the character or pushing it a little bit further. So there really is no mistakes that you can really see other than like fudging a line and starting over, but everyone does that.
As acting talent, as a creative in that respect, it must be a wonderful set to work on to be in that open of an environment, to know that you can. We're going to explore the space literally right up until the last take. It's not like, all right, another one just like that. All right, another one, but come on, you're not quite getting it. You know what I mean? That is very constrictive sometimes to that type of talent. But if they're allowed to just, go with it and continue creating right up until, you get it, basically, that's kind of amazing. And that's kind of rare,
really
too.
is.
Not all sets are like that.
A lot of that comes from the amount of leeway that the creatives have on the show, and the fact that they have, below me is stage 5 of Steiner Studios. It's theirs.
Right.
And like 2 other stages on here.
Right.
So we have all of the sets built right downstairs. They
I love
can take
that.
their time. Everything's in a controlled environment, and you can get 360 views. So when the talent walks in there, they get to be inside of the gas lamp. They get to be inside of 1960s Greenwich Village. It's
Right,
really
they're all
cool.
four.
Really
They're
cool.
for everyone else. They're all 4-wall sets versus like what you would see at a sitcom, which is 3 walls, and then you can just walk right off of it like Seinfeld or Cheers.
Exactly.
What you just described sounds exactly, even the fact that you're upstairs and everything, exactly what our Felicity setup was. We had the college dorm room was on one stage, and then the Dean and DeLuca, the entire city block of Dean and DeLuca with the trans lights all around it was on another stage, and the bar was on another one, and the club they would go to was on another one. You have all those environments set up at all times, so you can just play with them wherever the content is written, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I think, part of the reason. Well, it's not really the reason. I guess they kind of grew into it, but the creative team and developers behind it, the Palladinos, Amy Sherman Palladino and Dan Palladino, working together with David Mullen, those locations and that repetitive ability, like you mentioned, to be able to just walk through them at anytime they want, they can take their time and they can actually choreograph everything properly and really let their creativity flow in different ways that, like, watching them work and reset is strangely like satisfying, because it really is like they do like little dance motions in the choreography of the cinematography itself.
For
Super
sure.
cool to watch.
Do you know who any of your crews, like, do you know what other shows any of your crews have worked on? Because the New York production list of people that actually work in television shows and like, it's a very, very small world. Everybody knows everybody, and they all kind of work on, like, we were doing Cosby for years and years and years, and then we just moved right over to Spin City, and then we did that for years and years and years, and then we moved over to that kind of thing.
Yeah, so a lot of the people that I interact with are in either post-production or it's the cinematographer and the DIT directly. So this is my first time working with David Mullen, and since he's pretty much the only person that I'm talking to directly, other than the DIT, the other people that I'd be working with would be the senior colorist at the post-production facility. And oddly enough, I've actually worked with my senior colorist years and years ago when I was training up people in Atlanta. So I've worked with him before, and everyone knows each other through at least one degree. So the DIT that I'm working with right now, he knows another DIT that I've worked with before in Atlanta, and because he was kind of like working in between Atlanta and New York. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah. So what I was thinking of, it used to be the New York. Now it's basically the whole East Coast kind of bubble.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you work in Atlanta, you've probably also worked in New York and vice versa.
Wilmington, same thing. North Carolina.
Oh yeah. North Carolina and the Charlotte area for sure. Charlotte and Atlanta for a long time were kind of interchangeable until Georgia got the tax credits. And
we may be skipping over a really obvious question here. Where the hell is your 911?
My 911 is currently in storage.
Out here?
In New York.
Oh, did you drive out?
To New York. I shipped it out because of the quick turnaround time.
Sure.
Of me needing to be out here to start the show.
Had to get on a plane.
And unfortunately, there's something wrong with the engine.
What do you mean?
There is an abundance of oil and coolant mixing.
Obviously I don't have to say anything else. You probably already know what that means.
Yeah.
So did someone drive it between, like, did this happen while it was being shipped?
It pretty much happened when it got here.
But not by you?
It's hard to say.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's
listen,
hard to say.
without getting too specific about it, that sounds like a rebuild type situation to me. Is that what it sounds like to you?
That's 100% what it is, Jay. Ding, ding, ding on the buzzer. You are right, sir. Winner!
Yeah, that is not good. Wow.
Yeah, it sucks.
So do we know what and where? Like, where was the failure?
Not exactly. It's either a cracked head or a cracked cylinder wall.
Right.
It's probably cylinder wall because of the way that the leak came on so quickly, which sucks. Obviously, that's more expensive.
Yeah.
So in the interim, I bought a GTI,
Oh,
So that's cool.
the second GTI of the night.
Yeah, I saw the guy earlier, and that reminded me, like, hey, I don't even think I told them that I bought a GTI.
Pinstripe Chris, oil, coolant, so you're probably fine.
Yeah.
Oh, guards rad, ouch. Hi, David. David's here as well. Danny says, I'll get the GoFundMe up.
Yeah.
Oh, get a
Thank you.
hashtag
Yeah,
trending.
I'd appreciate it.
Buy
Yeah,
a 986. Oh, man.
The best solution I found so far is still going to run between 15 and 18, so 20,000.
I'm thinking 15 grand. Yeah, even if you get somebody to help you out, even if you make a video for their shop, that kind of thing, it still comes down to the parts. Like, they could give you all the labor, but it still comes down to the parts, and like, you still got to rebuild your fucking motor. Sorry for my language.
No, the parts it's pretty much a non-starter. You can't get around that. It is what it is. The cores are as rare as they are, and everyone that I've reached out to who would theoretically have a core doesn't. It's all
LA dismantler.
Right now.
LA just yeah, I figured as much. Sarah would be the one to help you out.
I reached out to Dwayne Demmett at Vision Motorsports.
Oh, get yourself a race motor. Oh, that's a good idea. A takeout from somebody.
Well, he has a collection of them too. Typically, he runs through them so quickly, and him in the shop, and
because they're rebuilding them for racing, right?
Yeah, and so you get fortune internals. You'd be able to punt on that thing for the rest of your life.
You'd get a bulletproof motor.
Skip a beat. Yeah, exactly.
But not right now. Not available.
He's out of stock. He's the one guy who's never out of stock, and he's out of stock.
Wow. Are we there? That's where we are? Like, people used to buy up the 356 parts and all that. Now we're at just like 997 engines or 996 engines gone.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is that it's the 3.6, so it's the bigger of the 996 engines. They have a few 3.4s in stock.
Okay.
But I figured if I'm gonna replace the motor and pay 20 grand, I might as well get the same displacement or better. That would be preferable.
Yeah, you don't want to, just for the sake, you don't want to, don't step down. Guards Rad, exactly. David says, try T Motorsports 1. Do you know them? I don't know if you can see what I see on the screen.
I see that. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know them.
All right. David just is going through a rebuild himself right now, so he's done a lot of research as well.
Ah, okay, wonderful.
Skip says, this is definitely live. Yes, Skip.
Yeah, so
is that what he was trying to say? Have you seen Kid 90? It was great. This must be pre-recorded. That was a lot of judgment. If that was all, if there was a question and then somebody said later, this must be pre-recorded, that would be fine because I didn't get back to it. But he said it all in one thing. That to me is a what do you call that? Troll.
Yeah.
Not you. You're fine. How is it under that bridge?
All right.
Well, that's funny. Silver Cup is actually under the bridge. It's like they're over underneath the 59th Street Bridge.
Oh, there's the sushi place?
No, Silver Cup Studios, like where they used to shoot Sopranos and Sex and the City and all that. We used to shoot commercials.
Even though our offices are at Steiner, the Silver Cup Studios is
I think it's
where
the same.
They're doing one of the shows that we're processing here.
It might even be the same owners, right?
I don't think so. They don't get along.
Oh, maybe it's that. Okay, yeah, right. I knew it was one or the other.
It's the other.
No, I think you're exactly right. It's La Cabana and Casablanca.
Right.
two Mexican restaurants in Venice that are the same family, but they do not get along.
It's like the cheesesteaks in Philly, right on the
Yeah, same
corner.
exact thing.
Yeah.
I came up a drummer. Sabian cymbals and Zildjian cymbals, same family.
Yeah.
Same family, split up a long time ago.
Whoa.
See, now I use Zildjian for everything except for my splash. For splashes, I went Sabian.
It's funny.
Splash in China.
That's very funny. That's so funny. I ended up playing similarly, and as an adult, I like Peisty because you don't have to hit them as hard to get that bright sound. I still play Zildjians, but same here.
They're so fucking expensive.
Same here. Yeah, well, give them my druthers, DW and Peisty, okay? Give them my druthers.
Yeah. Nice. So I played on the baby DW, the Pacific.
Sure.
Pacific drums. That's what I had. The little 5-piece.
They were on par with like the Gretsch Catalina, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing. Like
pretty much the same thing.
A sub $1,000 set, maybe $700-800.
Yeah.
That's great.
There's some decent cymbals. Oh yeah, a lot of fun.
Zildjian all the way, says Jamie Tate drums. That was me too, bro.
Hell yeah.
That was me too. Jamie Tate drums, what kind of a hitter are you? Were you a K guy, an A guy, or a Z guy? I know there's more now, but I liked K because it had that weird dark. They're really interesting. And then A's for the bright stuff.
What do those mean? I don't even remember.
They were classifications of which symbol, you know what I mean? Like some were thinner than others. Like if it was an A,
okay.
there was the Avidus line for a while. There were different lines within the Zildjian family.
Interesting.
Ludwig drums are the best, someone says. If we're talking about classic stuff, I would say they're definitely up there. I wouldn't agree with that as far as new drums. I wouldn't agree with that at all as far as new drums, actually. Who's your favorite new? If cost isn't a factor, what's your favorite new drum?
Oh, I'm a fan of DW.
Yeah, me too. BDW. Some people like Sonar. They're pretty pricey. They're definitely a tier 1 brand, I think.
Yeah. I've just always been a fan of DW and the people that play DWs, I guess, and I really like their sound. So it's
K Constantinople for sure. Jamie Tate says, "Oh, I agree. That's got some beautiful sound. Beautiful sound."
yeah.
Have either of you ever heard of Smith's Customs or Smith's Drums? They're not in business anymore,
for sure.
but you have?
Yeah.
No shit. That was my cousin. It was his business.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the reason I was a drummer. When I was a kid, he had a drum set, and I was like 1 year old or whatever, and I thought it was the best thing in the world visiting them. And my parents got me a snare drum the next whatever the Christmas was. That went out again.
That is so cool. I was actually just looking at an apartment that came with a drum set, and it was kind of like rekindling some old memories. So it's so funny that we get to talk about drums now. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they had to remove it because of noise. Go figure.
Oh, bummer.
But there's still a piano there, so I could.
Oh, I love that.
Piano.
Love that. Look, I love it. Hey, Los Angelo, how do you know all of this, Los Angelo living? What do you mean? I've spent a life of playing drums. It was only the last few years that I haven't, pretty much since I met her. I've played drums. I've played drums in your presence, but not like regularly. Like once or twice at Kate's house, and then that time in New Orleans for Hot Tub Time Machine 2's. The last time I played drums, here's me. I don't really play the drums anymore, but the last time I did play was with Craig Robinson for the Hot Tub Time Machine 2 rap party in New Orleans.
Oh, jeez.
Playing with New Orleans musicians in New Orleans at the Saint Hotel in New Orleans, like on the, in their stage room.
And Craig Robinson smashing the keys, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, and singing, yeah.
Ad-lib singing like a fucking god.
100%. But the
event.
Saint Hotel had a nice set of Yamaha. I can't remember what series, but it was a nice fucking backline kit.
Something smooth and doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
it's fucking Yamaha.
Yeah, but my point was like it was not a backline kit. This was like had the lights on it and everything. Like we are proud of what we've got up here, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Oh, so much drum knowledge. Los Angeles living, previous life. Before I found David Letterman and television, I was positive I was going to be a professional drummer, a professional musician. I was working towards it. I thought I was going to go to the New School or either the New School or Musicians Institute back then, MI. I don't think that's around anymore, but it was in the back of all the Modern Drummer magazines back then.
Yeah.
Dude, why are you not on your own talk show band too? You do everything else. I know. It would be nice if I had some help. People are starting.
to send you a little mini drum kit for your desk.
Oh, please.
So
Thank you.
Can,
Letterman just used to use the desk. The desk and the microphone. He would just use all of this stuff.
Then you're just one-upping him, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm one-upping David Letterman. With that, we are over the time, so why don't I at least tell everybody about the guests we've got coming up? And I should thank the guests from this evening. Marc Goldbaum, Totes McGold. Thanks for being here, brother. This was awesome.
Absolutely, my dude.
It
was a pleasure being here.
Yeah, don't leave her. I mean, you can leave if you want, but I'm not kicking you out. There was a Porsche Lifestyle 2. That kid was nice, the 14-year-old who's getting into stuff in Burbank. There was the one guy who was in bed in Austria, or he was actually in, where was he? I said it was a snowy environment. Anybody remember?
Salzburg.
Salzburg is exactly where it was. Good job. I should remember the Porsche livery. I'll just remember that from now on. because
Yeah,
it'll
yeah,
come
there
up
you
a
go.
lot
Or the
from here on
steak.
out. And thanks to everybody else for hanging out. Jamie Tate for the drum knowledge, and Danny for all of the promo stuff. Oh, Tom's here too. Hi, Tom. Sorry I didn't wave at you. How about the kids' smooth drum set? This is good stuff. Anyway, so guests coming up. All right, this Thursday we've got Cruising to Wellness. Rob's going to be here to tell us all about. We're going to really educate about the CBD stuff, but I want to talk just a tiny bit about some of his history in New York as well, as much as we're able to. And coming up after that, we're stacked. Johnny Lieberman, Rob Corddry, Jay Leno, all coming up in the next few weeks. Pretty exciting.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What a fucking week.
Yeah. Well, in the next couple weeks, this month. Month, it'll be a big month.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Man, getting Lieberman on there is going to be a smash. I mean, Leno, no slouch himself, too. But
Lieberman,
the guy that also spends so much time up on the crest with y'all, I mean, that's got to be...
Agreed. He's been here in person, and we've had him on the satellite as well when COVID first started. But he's all shot up, and he'll be totally clear by next week. So he'll be here.
I saw that satellite one. Yeah, that's great.
And then Rob Corddry is somebody that, she used to work with professionally, and then we used to both be friends with their family, personally and professionally.
Yeah.
And then obviously Top Gear and everything else these days. So, that's really cool and fun. I'm really excited about Rob Corddry because I haven't seen him in forever.
Actually, I was listening to your episode. The most Brooklyn thing in Whole Foods getting sushi rice.
Oh God!
When you mentioned
welcome to Brooklyn. How's things in Williamsburg?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
See you in Dumbo. And then the cool thing about Corddry was the last time. It happened all the times, but the last times we hung out, I was always trying to get him in to come to the track with me. And he would always wanted to come, but something would always get in the way or whatever. It just would never really work out. And now he's a host of Top Gear. And now when you see him on the same track I wanted to take him to.
Get him away.
Exactly. So it's perfect. I'm happy he's finally doing it. And he owns a 911 and drives that up at the crest, so it's good stuff.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
Jay Leno is Jay Leno. That's amazing. I'm grateful that he said yes.
I think one of the things that is obviously having all the driving roads and everything around, but living in Burbank and just on the random occasional midday, you'll just see Leno putting by in a Steam something or other with wooden wheels,
100%.
Going about his merry way. It's just one of the coolest, most surreal things.
And somebody right on here just said, "Dude, that's sweet. I saw Jay Leno driving last year."
Yeah.
One of my favorite car photos I've ever taken was him with that bodiless car driving towards the sunrise on PCH. It was so cool.
Yes. He has so many killer cars.
So that's what's going on. I didn't tell you about Smoking Tire. We were over at Smoking Tire after Breakfast Club last Friday because I helped put together Ant Anstead and Jensen Button on the Smoking Tire. And the episode went up today, and it is great. It's really fun. I'm saying that because you should check it out, but you should check it out because they're also both going to be here soon. So that'll be really fun.
It was really
my good friend Ann Anstead and my new friend Jensen Button. What world is this? Did I say Formula One champion? I usually say Formula One champion Jensen Button. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, well, don't forget that the beginning of that sentence involved Jay Leno, a little bit before that, Rob Corddry, a little bit before that, Craig Robinson. So, let's not play light. You've been doing it all night, Jay. Come on.
It's been a hell of a ride. I feel like here we are 350 episodes in, and we're finally hitting our stride.
I think by 356 is when you start creating it.
Two more. Good stuff. I've got something to look forward to. Old Trapper says,
very Porsche relevant.
Old Trapper says, I have a great video of him and his new NSX. He's a great guy. We agree. Thank you for watching, Old Trapper. Thank you for watching at home on YouTube. Thanks for being here, McGold. Love to Mrs. Ryan. Love to all of you at home. Please love one another. And we will see you Thursday with Rob from Cruising to Wellness. Have a great night, y'all. If I know where the button for this one is. There it is.